These are two Italian supercars that sound completely different, and the reason why comes down to a feud that started over a broken clutch in 1963. Lamborghini deliberately engineers their cars to be louder than Ferrari, and there is fascinating science behind why one screams while the other sings. The story begins with Ferruccio Lamborghini, a successful tractor manufacturer who owned a Ferrari but constantly dealt with its clutch breaking down. In 1963, he drove to neighboring Maranello and knocked on Enzo Ferrari's door to suggest improvements. Ferrari responded dismissively and brutally. Enzo said, "Let me make cars. You stick to making tractors." He went even further, telling Ferruccio, "You are a tractor driver. You are a farmer. You should not complain driving my cars because they are the best cars in the world." This insult ignited something fierce in Ferruccio. As he recalled in a 1991 interview, Il Commendatore was furious, and Enzo said, "Lamborghini, you may be able to drive a tractor, but you will never be able to handle a Ferrari properly." This was the point when I finally decided to make a perfect car. By the end of 1963, Automobili Lamborghini was founded in Sant'Agata, Bolognese, Italy, and the greatest rivalry in automotive history was born. But here is what most people do not realize about this rivalry. It is not just about speed or prestige. It is about sound philosophy, and Lamborghini made a conscious decision to be the louder, more aggressive alternative to Ferrari's refined approach. The technical explanation starts with turbocharging. Lamborghini has historically refused to use turbochargers in their supercars, keeping their engines naturally aspirated. This is not an accident. It is a deliberate choice for maximum volume. Maurizio Reggiani, Lamborghini's chief technical officer, explains that naturally aspirated engines produce a more emotional sound than turbocharged engines. Unlike turbochargers, which muffle exhaust pulses with back pressure, naturally aspirated engines allow each combustion cycle to resonate clearly through the exhaust system. Reggiani told ABC News that many Lamborghini customers want their cars to sound even louder and more muscular than they already do from the factory. The company responds to that demand by engineering the volume structurally, increasing the stiffness of the engine support. That leads to greater vibration and to amplification of the engine's authentic physical sound. The numbers tell the story dramatically. A typical car generates around 65 to 75 decibels from its exhaust. A Lamborghini Huracan Performante hits 109 decibels from the factory, and that is approaching the noise level of a passenger jet at takeoff, which registers around 130 decibels. With custom exhaust systems, Lamborghinis can reach 140 decibels. One modified Lamborghini Murcielago was recorded at 142 decibels, as loud as a gunshot. The Aventador SVJ, with its naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12, produces what enthusiasts describe as a spine-tingling, high-pitched scream around 95 to 100 decibels. Road-going Lamborghinis max out around 8,500 RPM, and the Aventador's firing sequence creates overlapping pressure waves that produce a continuous scream at high RPM rather than staccato pops. The firing order, cylinder bank angle, and exhaust manifold design all contribute to this harmonic resonance that makes Lamborghinis sound like mechanical banshees. Ferrari takes a completely different approach. Francesco Carosone, Ferrari's senior acoustic engineer, puts it simply: Ferrari has an authentic sound other car companies want to create artificially. Rather than maximizing volume, Ferrari focuses on precision and refinement. They use resonators, additional components placed within the exhaust system that help tune the sound by filtering certain frequencies. These resonators eliminate unwanted vibrations and ensure the car's exhaust note is harmonically pleasing. In 2013, Ferrari revolutionized their sound engineering process with a unique Bruel and Chiaer NVH simulator that allows Carosone to test engine notes digitally through virtual prototypes. This precision tuning would be impossible with purely physical testing, and it shows in the results. The Ferrari 812 Superfast produces a more refined scream that builds intensity as it climbs past 8,900 revolutions per minute, creating what enthusiasts describe as an almost operatic quality compared to Lamborghini's raw, savage roar. The engineering differences go deeper than just exhaust tuning. Many Ferrari 5.8 engines use flat plane crankshafts, which create even firing intervals and produce a higher-pitched, more aggressive exhaust note. They fire in a left bank, right bank sequence, which lets exhaust pulses clear the manifold completely, creating what is known as the screaming soundtrack. By contrast, cross-plane crankshafts fire two cylinders on the same bank in succession, causing exhaust pulses to crowd the manifold and produce a deeper rumble. Lamborghinis are deliberately designed with less restrictive exhaust systems to make more horsepower, and because owners specifically want that loud exhaust note. The Huracan's revised exhaust system has lower weight and lower back pressure than previous Lamborghini exhausts, and it is repositioned to create a more aggressive soundtrack. As one Lamborghini engineer explained, the V10 and V12 engines roar like a lion in the jungle, and the roar can be heard from 10 kilometers away. This difference reflects the brand's core identities. Lamborghini embraces what they call functionally extravagant design. They want to be noticed. With razor-sharp lines, geometric shapes, and dramatic proportions, Lamborghinis embody power and audacity. They are wider, with a broad, low stance that gives them an imposing presence. The sound matches this visual aggression perfectly. Ferrari's design language has always prioritized aerodynamics and elegance. Their cars look sculpted for speed, with smooth, flowing lines that put function over form. Enzo Ferrari famously maintained that Ferrari built road cars to fund racing, not to chase mass-market volume. This philosophy led to controlled production and an intense focus on performance credibility over theatrics. As Maurizio Reggiani explains the Lamborghini approach, when you are in a super sports car, the sound becomes part of your emotions. It becomes part of your perception of speed. If you hit the gas, you expect to hear a tremendous sound that tells you that you are accelerating really fast. This emotional connection to sound is central to Lamborghini's identity. The rivalry continues into the hybrid era, but both brands are maintaining their sound philosophies. The Lamborghini Revuelto combines a 6.5-liter V12 with electric motors for 1,001 horsepower, yet still produces 103 decibels. Stefan Winkelmann, Lamborghini's current CEO, insists that customers still want the emotion and character of internal combustion engines, even in electrified supercars. Ferrari is planning their first fully electric vehicle for 2025, and they have confirmed it will have a distinct sound, not mimicking an engine, but creating something entirely new while maintaining Ferrari's commitment to acoustic authenticity. The consequences of the sound war are real. Exotic car owners regularly get pulled over for noise violations, as one customer service representative from Ultimate Exotics in Ontario confirmed. But that is exactly the point. Lamborghini owners often want to be heard coming from kilometers away. What started as an insult about tractor clutches evolved into two completely different philosophies about what a supercar should sound like. Ferrari builds refined instruments that sing with precision and heritage. Lamborghini builds emotional experiences that roar with raw power and rebellion. Both approaches work brilliantly, but they serve different purposes. One whispers of racing pedigree and Italian elegance, while the other screams of youth, rebellion, and pure automotive theater. The loudness difference is not just engineering, it is the sound of two different souls, forged in that heated 1963 confrontation and refined over 6 decades of rivalry. Every time a Lamborghini drowns out traffic at 109 decibels, it is still answering Enzo Ferrari's dismissive challenge about tractors with the most